I want to confirm something real quick.
Yeah,
Your first meeting was at a national, right? Was it at a national?
it was.
It
Well,
wasn't.
yeah, it was at a regional actually,
Regional.
Okay. A regional. Oh,
and you
did I
were
do
the
did I do
speaker.
the meeting?
You did the
See,
presentation.
I'm just gonna check out as I mean Nate the Great is like he's outclassed us all, right? Michael Huggins, you're the best example on the planet, right? I'm just gonna go legendary status, like I was on yesterday, and Sky was like, "Well, you did my first meeting," and I'm like, "I did." And
Nice.
I heard it. I did Nate's first. I'm like, "I did," and Michael's like, "Yeah, I was on every impact." I'm like, "You were?"
Yeah.
I'm just legendary stuff. That's it.
Legendary.
You are a legend,
Old
brother.
Scooty now. That's it. Just old Scooty. Man, there's this guy. Should have met him.
You should have met him, man.
Name was Scooty.
Tried to get him to stay, but he just had to hit the road.
Oh, I'm not going nowhere. I'll be here in the background.
Right.
Hey, you want to start this thing, Michael Huggins?
Okay, let's get it going. Welcome, everybody. We got a bunch of people piling in on the call. We're excited about you sharing this time with us because we got a really cool person to introduce you to. Now, in case you don't know, we have a community of real estate investors all across the country supporting each other, helping them transition from being an employee to being a business owner to being a real estate investor, and ultimately creating the life you love using systems, using community support, helping you when you're up, helping you when you're down. The whole idea is that we have created relationships and support each other through this transformation of being your own business owner, upgrading your real estate. Maybe some of you have already done some real estate, but you want to know how to basically 10x it. Well, today's story is a great example of how to do that. Also, some of you maybe have never even considered real estate investing before. And this is also a great platform for you to see, hey, is this a career for you? It was for me. I was struggling. I had 2 full-time jobs. I was drowning in student loan debt, not having any fun, behind on my bills and my promises. When I got introduced to this group, which I answered a newspaper ad of all things, I was looking for some for sale by owner houses, saw an ad in the newspaper about a community of investors working together, looking to expand. And I thought, holy cow, people work together in this industry? I had no idea. I answered the ad, showed up, met some people who were making more money in a month than I was making in a year. And they were nice, they were friendly, they were easy to talk to. So it totally changed the game for me. I decided to get involved, started doing some deals. And in fact, my first deal paid me more money than my entire year working at Jiffy Lube changing oil. I made more than $21,000 profit on that deal. Fast forward, so much has changed. We've now grown nationwide to over 20,000 participants in our investor community. And today we're going to highlight one of them from our Sandy, Utah team. He's totally transformed his life. He was living paycheck to paycheck, wondering where the heck he was going to really expand and grow, how to support his growing family. And now I believe he's got 5 kids and is just traveling the world, making a difference. He's a new author, just finished a book. So we're really excited and here to support him. But what we're going to have you do is share your story a little bit. It looks like
Can I
Scott
say one thing?
ad.
One
Go
thing.
for it.
This is the coolest thing about this group, right? So you just heard Nate, right? When he saw this thing for the first time, I was doing the meeting, right? And it wasn't too long after that. Like I'm sitting at a training, we're in Utah, and he walks up to me. He's like, I thought he was trying to pay homage. He was like, "Hey, Scott, quick question." I'm like, "Yeah, Nate." He's like, "What's your best month been?" And I'm like, 90 grand. He goes, "Okay, I'm going to beat you." and today, seriously, that's what I love about this group, right? Like we're all on an equal playing field. It doesn't matter when you get in, the kind of success you can have. If you're a super student like Nate is an absolute super student. He actually has learned things and applied them so fast that he's outclassing me as far as what he's been able to do with this whole thing. So man, congrats. You're a great example, bro.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Scott.
buddy. So let's give it up. Mr. Nate Lambert, come on out here and share your story with the folks.
Awesome. Hello, everybody. So glad to be with you all. I am honored to be a part of this amazing community. It's been life transforming for me. And let me just tell you a little bit of my story. I'll keep it relatively short, but I want to just share kind of the transformation that I saw. So I started out, I thought I was a businessman, but then I went to college and I didn't, I got like a B+ in accounting. And so I thought that I didn't have it in me to be a businessman. So I'm like, okay, well, what can I do now? I guess I'll become a professor of psychology. This seems interesting. So went down that route, literally on, going through graduate school, getting my PhD. I was on food stamps for 5 years. I mean, we had a salary of $14,000 a year as a graduate assistant. So things were super tight. And I literally just rode a bike to school every day because, we couldn't really afford more than one car. My wife needed the car for to transport our kids around. And so, for the whole time I was in graduate school and as a professor, we just had the one car, and I would ride that bike. It was like, I remember some days it was like 10 below and snowing or whatever. It didn't matter. Like, I was riding. It was gruesome sometimes. But that was life. And I just, after a while, I love to learn. I love to grow. I studied marital relations and how to help families, which was a thrilling topic. But after a while, I just, and I was successful. I had 70+ academic publications. I was getting invited to present my research like around the world, in Israel and Australia, in Great Britain, so I was pretty renowned for what I had what I was researching and what I was writing on. People were really, really interested. But after a while, I got to be honest, I got pretty bored. I'm just like, man, I'm not really impacting many lives. I'm writing these research articles that no one really reads or cares about. There's got to be more to life than this. And a friend of mine gave me a book on real estate investing. And I read this book and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing. I had no idea that people could make this kind of money investing in real estate. So I started a long journey. I mean, literally, I did like all the programs, right? Like after reading this first book, I'm like, I gotta make this happen. I read several other books, while I was working on my garden as a board professor, right? I'm just trying to do everything I can to learn. And then I did, one of the guru programs. I like to say most of these programs are all very similar. They come into town, they give you a good show for a few days, and they get you all hyped up, and then they leave town, and you're stuck trying to figure out what's next. How can I do this on my own? Because it's, it really requires, I think, a community of support. And so every time, I'd spend all this money, wouldn't see the results that I was hoping for. And I didn't really have the money to spend because I was like living paycheck to paycheck as a professor, just barely making ends meet with that one car. And then it all changed. I had someone introduce me to this group that you guys are all watching right now, the Renatus Education and Community, right? And it's different than just education. It's a real true community. I got to go hear Scott Rowe, who you got to hear from earlier today, killer presenter, really a great messenger for Renatus. And I was like, oh my gosh, this feels to me to be different. This feels different than any of these other guru programs that I had joined and failed at, because I was like, man, Scott was from Chicago. He flew home, but there was a whole group, Michael Huggins and all these other people that were there to teach me how and kind of take me through houses that were being flipped. I could ask them questions and they give me real answers, and I could connect. They were okay to share their contacts with me they were okay to say, hey, here's who I use here, and here's who I did, there. And so they'd share, and they were abundance mindset people. And wow, I just started doing deals, to the point where, now I was able to, actually a few years ago, I was able to get my dream car, Tesla Model S, and so now I didn't have to, ride my bike all over anymore. It's kind of a big upgrade, right, from a bike to a Tesla. But actually, there was a Honda Civic in between. Michael would always make fun of me because it was like the bumper was coming off, and it was. But anyway, so I got the dream car. Just recently, I moved into the dream house, 9,000 square foot house with a sports court and a theater, and it's just it's right close to the mountains. It's just an amazing place to live. But I think for me, more than any physical possession, was the chance I had to travel, right? I love traveling with my family. I love doing that kind of thing. So here I am flipping 20 houses a year, have I've had as many as 50 rentals at a time. And but because of the principles in Renatus, because of learning how to delegate, I was able to ultimately do what I really wanted, which was to travel the world with my family. I just got back from Mexico. In fact, we went to Puerto Vallarta, Mexico for a week during fall break. And for me, traveling with my family just gives me so much. It's just my favorite thing. So last year, we spent 3 months of the year on family vacation, and I still made more money that year than I had ever made before, because I was delegating, I was using systems, and real estate's just that kind of thing that once you get it down, you can scale it and have other people do a lot of the work for you. So I was able to have all these amazing experiences, travel 14 countries, and really start give back. I helped contribute to dig wells in Cambodia for like 14 villages, and provide that clean water. Just the chance to give back and to go experience these things. And the cool thing about Renatus too is, like, you can tell other people about your experiences. I've shared this with so many people, and helped so many other people learn how to do this as well. Like I've helped over 300 people now, and so many of these have gotten into their first deal, their second, their 15th, 30th deal. So it's been so gratifying, not only to become wealthy myself, but to help other people to gain the opportunity for financial freedom in their life. So it's been one heck of a journey, and I'm so grateful to guys like Michael Huggins and Scott Rowe for getting me started on this. It's been an incredible journey. Thank you so much, guys.
Cool. Right on, man. I actually was counting, and I've been to 6 of those 14 countries with you.
That's right.
Man, I got stamps in my passport for hanging out with you.
Not bad for a Jiffy Lube guy and a broke professor.
Right.
Yeah.
The world has changed. So congratulations, my friend.
I got a question, Nate. I got a question.
Sure.
How long you been from the time you saw it first to today? What kind of timeline are we talking about?
Yeah, we're talking about 5 years.
5 years, guys. And this is exactly it. Like, he sounds like an old sage, but it's only been 5 years. Like, it's crazy.
Right. You got your HELOC, life insurance,
Yep.
retirement accounts, cash flow rental properties, business lines of credit. Got this whole thing just spiraling. It's pretty awesome, man.
Knowledge is power, and relationships combined with knowledge is unstoppable.
Yep. You heard it here, folks. So congratulations, Nate. We have a ton more events over the next about 2 weeks for you folks to come and join us. We have property tours live in person. Come and check them out. We have our regional conference this weekend, and then we have an upcoming all-day workshop on real estate investing and how you can literally go from trading time for dollars to solving real estate problems and living the life of your dreams. It takes work, it takes knowledge, it takes time, But the compensation and the flexibility and the freedom that comes from running a business is unlike anything else. So really excited about where we're going with the rest of this year and 2021. Man, the opportunities are endless. So I'm glad I'm a part of this journey, this Renatus family. And Scott, you want to add anything?
Yeah, I got
before we're
one
outta
last
here?
thing, Ed. Just do yourself a favor. You might be seeing a recording of this because somebody might have shared it with you, or you're on here live. Just get back in touch with the person who invited you to this or shared this with you, and let them know, hey, I'm interested, and then they can figure out what kind of exposure to get you to. Maybe it's a property tour, either virtual or live. Might be an introduction meeting. Maybe it's a cash flow game. Maybe it's just maybe it's a party. And we have Super Bowl parties. We hang out in my office here, and just get back in touch, because there's a group of people that will work with you daily, weekly, monthly to make sure that you've hit the kind of goals that we've hit. So that's my message.
Okay, perfect. Looking forward to working with you all. Have a wonderful day, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye, everybody.
I guess.